Okay, I'm back. This is part 3 of the 3-parter that I really didn't want first. Okay, now, I'm getting to some of the minor characters and all that. I have the teenage versions of Clark Kent and Lana Lang in it, but I'm just gonna take that out because, well, I put myself as teenage Clark Kent, and, well, because I'm an actor, not a major one, I'm just an actor, see. I was in that show. It was a school thing. I'm just a school actor who does plays for the high school and local theater group, but I'm not an actor, major or minor at all. But I had myself, and that's a little like outlandish to cast yourself for a major character, but it was just a dream. It's just a dream of mine in my head. And for teenage Lana Lang, I casted Molly Quinn, who plays in Castle, as the daughter. And again, that was just a dream, which was far away. And almost this entire thing is a dream, so I'm just gonna. But now, for some of the major family members, major former love interest who just comes back and just helps out. And it's kind of in the twists with Lex Luthor. And 3 minor villains who will be in the 5th one, if I were to make it. Now, Jor-El. Jor-El. I casted Jeff Bridges. Now, I know what you're saying. General Zod and Jeff Bridges, or Jor-El, they're not the same age. Jason Statham, Jeff Bridges, they're not around the same age at all. I'm just like, I don't care. I mean, like, Zod could be older, but he can just look young. His age could be older, but he could just look young. And that's what Zod is. But Jor-El, everyone knows who Jor-El is. He's the great father of Clark Kent. But I casted Jeff Bridges because I've seen him in numerous roles. I've seen him in different movies, and he's a good actor. They'd have to pay a lot of money just to get him in this movie, but he's a good actor. What can I say? Jeff Bridges would be perfect for Jor-El. He could be that soothing, but yet brash father that you want, that he needs to be, you know. And that's just my opinion. For Zor-El, now I had to go into the Zor-El thing, like the brother of Jor-El and all that. I casted Beau Bridges. I casted the brother of Jeff Bridges. For that one, I just thinking, hey, since they're already brothers, why don't you just cast him? I mean, like, no harm, no foul. And it would work, technically. Beau Bridges playing second to Jeff Bridges. Zor-El, Jor-El brothers and all that. Zor-El, I will not be making a bad guy like they did in Smallville, which when I later read he was technically a good guy. I was like, what? They changed that from Smallville? But I'm gonna have it where Zod in the first one forces Zor-El to do all the evil and all that, like forcefully. And then Zor-El dies because he also calls the police and all that and says he's doing wrong, and then Zod killed Zor-El and all that. And I really think that would be a good twist. Lara L. I casted Helen Mirren. Now, I know what you may say, like, Lara seems somewhat younger than Jor-El in the comic books, and that is true. That is true. But this time, I wanted to try to get to the same age. Helen Mirren and Jeff Bridges. I think in this one, Lara is older than Jor-El. I don't know. But I casted Helen Mirren because I've seen her act in some movies. And she's a good actress. So I think she could play a good Lara. Like the comforting Lara-El. Jonathan Kent. Yay, I like this one. I casted Clint Eastwood. Now, some people don't think of it. But I do. I'm one of those people who do. Because Clint Eastwood, he can be... we've seen him playing the bad guy, or the tough guy that everyone wants to be, and all. But in this one, I would want him to be gentle. That way it could be like, oh, son, and all that. It's going to be okay. For like the first time in a movie that I've ever seen, that I'll ever see. And that's what I think he could do. He could play that, oh, son, just calm down. Everything will be alright. Martha Kent. I casted Meryl Streep. Now, ranch, blah, blah, blah. You're all gonna get me for this, but Meryl Streep is a good actress. I've seen her in some movies, and I know she may not be as old as Clint Eastwood, but in the comic books they don't necessarily say how old Jonathan from Martha is, or how old Martha from Jonathan is. But I just think she's a good actress and she could play it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go really fast because I'm trying to get in all the cast members that I want. For Lana Lang, I casted Bryce Dallas Howard. She would be the one connected to Lex Luthor, sort of helping him out, what she doesn't know he's doing for evil. He's doing all the evil stuff and all that. Bryce Dallas Howard is a good actress, and sorry, I'm really trying to rush this. That way I can just make it a 3-parter. But she's a good actress, and she has the red hair for it. I put in the prankster for like the one of the minor henchmen of Morgan Edge. I casted Steve Carell. Well, what can you say? It's Steve Carell. He's sort of the prankster as well. And so I think that he could play a role like that. And all that. Neutron. I casted him as one of the henchmen or the mob thing for the mob episode. I casted Josh Duhamel. Now, I just think it's time for him to get off his little pedestal and go down a couple notches. Now, I know he's been in some of the big movies, Transformers and all that. And I think that he was good in those movies, but I think what would happen if he'd be in a maybe very smaller role where he's just his henchman and all that. So I tried it out. I put ugly Bruno Mannheim, and so like he's the traditional henchman who later becomes a mob boss or crime boss, but in this one he will never turn crime boss. It will always be Morgan Edge until he dies. But Christopher Meloni, I casted him. He's been on CSI, and he was in the Green Lantern movie, the animated movie. And I think he could do very well as ugly Bruno Mannheim. I'm not saying that he's ugly in anything. I'm just saying, having him act in the Green Lantern movie, and I think I've seen some of his... No, it wasn't CSI, it was Law & Order. I think I've seen some of his acting in that one. In the Law & Order, some of them episodes. And he's been a good actor. Well, that's my cast for this movie. So, for the series that I'm thinking, for the Superman series, this is Heroic Eli, or just Eli, signing off, and maybe next month or next week, tune in, and I will have my Batman cast. See you later. And this is how Eli says it. Bye.